There are different types of interpolation that are going to be useful for different types of shots. One of the types that we've just released is unified plane, so that's planar interpolation. So moving along, we can see that we have this wall and this floor, and this can be defined as a planar surface. So let's just go ahead and create some points, and let's track. Okay, so there's the track. We are tracking these points off screen, and of course they're dying when they get to the edge of the screen. Now, let's just take a look at what's going to happen here if we just press lockdown without interpolating. And I'm just going to make this checkerboard red for a second so you can really see what's happening. These points are going to bunch up and do strange things once they die, and the points that they're connected to aren't following. So of course we need to interpolate them so they move off screen smoothly. I'll press unlockdown, and I'm going to go back into the pop-out. The first interpolation mode we made is 2-point, position, scale, rotate, and this is going to look totally crazy. So actually, let's zoom back out, and maybe it actually would work, but you can see that it's kind of not really moving like a wall. It's moving, maybe we could get away with it. But what we have here that's much better, and so you can just kind of see the comparison, is we have this mode called unified plane, where it looks at every living point, which are these light blue ones, and is going to try to interpret a 3D planar motion out of them. So I'll switch to unified plane. And now let's move back and play through this. And you can see how it really keeps that 3D perspective. So I'll press lockdown with that texture on there. And actually, let's pull back a little bit. And you can see that's doing a pretty great job on the edge that it wasn't doing before. That looks pretty clean. Now, the trick to unified plane is that you really have to make sure that you're only interpolating with a set of points that make sense together. So all of these points are clearly on one plane. However, if you were to have another series of points tracking here, and maybe I should shut off interpolation for this demo. Watching the shot, you can see what's happening. We have two pretty distinctly different planes. And I have no idea what's going to happen if I try to use unified plane with each of these points that are fighting each other. Let's take a look. So it seems to be trying to take a little bit of the motion of one plane and a little bit of the motion of the other, and it's just totally not working. So in the future, we are going to have our layer system set up so that way you can add all of these points to one layer and you could add all of these points to another layer. In the meantime, just use two separate instances of lockdown, which I'll describe how to do in another tutorial.